So, willkommen zurück. Fanfare. So. Es geht weiter im Spiel. Star Trek. Zunge hat's noch vergeht. Star Trek. Alter, ist das so schwer. Star Trek Resurgence. Wir sind in zwei Rollen unterwegs. Einmal als Commander Yara und einmal als, wie hieß das Ding? Habe ich schon vergessen. Helmsman? Nein, wer ist das? Petty Officer, genau. Petty Officer Carter. Genau. Wir fahren fort. Wir sind mit Yara jetzt gerade auf der Planetenoberfläche. Dann geht es weiter. So. Und jetzt Leute belauschen, ne? Wie wäre das?
Commander, I'm glad you've chosen to side with the Hotari. I knew the Federation would see through the Elidians' baseless claims and protect the interests of my people.
To be clear, I'm not on either side of this conflict. Our only interest is peace.
I will keep that in mind.
I assume you were there, the day the mines were seized from the Elidians.
Not seized. Reclaimed. And restored to their rightful owners. Yes, I was there. We had to be decisive. Before the Elidians could even realize their worst nightmares upon them.
Did you have help from someone else?
Hotari stands alone against the Elidian forces. We don't need help from anyone. They respect one thing above all else, and that is force. The greater the force, the more certain the outcome. Any talk of making peace is just that, and worth little without the strength to secure it. Which makes me wonder about your ship, the Resolute. Undoubtedly the Federation's finest warship. Ready to contend with anything the Elidians might have in store. Or is that not true? Maybe I've misjudged it.
It wasn't designed as a warship. More for scientific research and exploration.
But the Federation must have ships designed for war.
Technically, they're Starfleet ships representing the Federation. But yes.
I see.
Sidron.
A pleasure meeting you, Commander. I'm sure we'll cross paths again.
Hallo Schnoddy, grüß dich, dass du wieder reinschaust. Schön, dass du wieder reinschaust. Reden wir mal mit der Dame hier.
Commander Rydek, I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting my people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
If anyone deserves thanks, it's Ambassador Spock. No one is more invested in negotiating a peaceful settlement to this conflict than he is.
I'm so glad. We need his help before the situation escalates further than it already has. It's been very trying. I saw you speaking with Sidron, our national hero. I'm curious, what did he say?
He seems to be of the opinion that negotiating for peace is a waste of time.
Because force is the only blunt instrument he understands. He's a miner, not a diplomat. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shouted down. Galvin and Sidron have become national heroes. Now they have the Queen's ear. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Elidians will launch an attack and crush us. You've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken the mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as this may sound, I'd almost say they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth, like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now, it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Lydians weren't willing to risk their ships, given all the interference. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. And they've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I've made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. I strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. But that's what concerns me. Whatever they're hiding, it can't be good.
How can we know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to our meeting again.
Sorry, I couldn't help but notice you were speaking with the Hotari this whole time. I figured in the interest of fairness, I should offer another perspective.
Of course.
I'm probably not telling you anything you don't already know, but these negotiations rely on the Federation's neutrality, as does any hope you might have for a supply of dilithium in the future. So, why you would choose to side with the Hotari escapes me. Without a Lydian involvement, there is no dilithium trade. Clearly, you weren't aware.
We are and will remain completely neutral. Our only interest is the peaceful resolution to this conflict.
As is ours. Of course, the question is, at what price? Major Salit Arminta, Special Attaché, Lydian Armed Forces. Pleasure to meet you, Commander. I have my issues with the Hotari, but I have to give them some credit. They know how to seize an opportunity. Inciting an uprising the same day as a massive, once-in-a-lifetime ion storm.
Our assumption was that this storm was just an anomaly.
Yes, a very convenient anomaly. At least that was what we were told. Of course, I wasn't there. But who am I to say otherwise?
Something tells me there's more to the story. So what really happened?
Well, the official story is that it was the storm that enabled the revolt. How else do a bunch of unarmed, unorganized miners seize control of an entire moon, much less thousands of mines? But I've talked to people who were there. They tell a different story. They say they're lucky to have escaped with their lives. That it was more than just the storm. That somehow the miners were able to harness the energy from the storm. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not even sure I believe it myself. But that's what they said.
You said the Hotari were primitive.
Well, they are.
Except for the part about weaponizing ion storms.
If you'll excuse me, Commander Ryder.
Wo ist der Honk denn? Da ist er nicht, da ist er nicht, da ist er nicht. Ach, muss ich da vielleicht auch wieder reingehen? Hm? Vielleicht. Oh, hier kann ich noch was angucken.
Soothing.
Sag mal, was sagt denn dein Ring? Bist du noch voll gepowert oder brauchst du bald wieder eine Tankladung?
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Illidians stormed out.
The Hotari did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts were more fruitful than ours.
Sehen schon spannend aus, die Hotari.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space prevents warp travel?
Prevents it, or can't sustain it.
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Do not let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Chovak. Captain Solano is on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given the facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep a shuttle.
Ach du Scheiße. Muss ich jetzt Shuttle fliegen oder was? Wie er sich gefreut hat. Tatsache.
I'm setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the edge of our warp field. When we get there, I'll deploy the first probe.
Fliege das Shuttle bis zu deinem Ziel, um eine Mission zu erfüllen. Benutze W, um vorwärts, D, um rückwärts zu fliegen, benutze die Maus, um zu drehen, benutze Q und E, um hoch zu fliegen und um runter zu fliegen. Der Sturm drückt dein Shuttle zur Seite, behalte einen Kurs bei. Was? QE, hoch, runter, vorwärts, rückwärts und Maus, um zu drehen. Okay. Was ist runter?
Commander Westbrook,
No.
the Resolute systems are calibrated to receive the probe's readings. We are standing by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chovak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Chovak probably isn't such a fun guy to work for, huh?
I always seem to find a way to push his buttons. Yeah, I think he'd blast me out of the airlock if he thought it would help increase engine efficiency by 0.1%.
Well, don't worry about it. Chovak's opinion isn't the only one that matters. Last time I checked, I was still Chief Science Officer, and you made a hell of an impression on Ambassador Spock. I'm the one who should be worried with this new first officer on board.
Gar nicht so einfach. So, ich glaube, wir sind da.
This is far enough. Transporting the first probe into position. Westbrook here. The first probe is deployed.
Understood. We are reading it. We are about to replay the simulation.
Ja, spielt immer lustige Simulation.
Problem?
I just can't get a handle on her. Commander Rydek. She rejected my plan to use a deflector pulse against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and use the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the new XO. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through what the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
What?
Whoa. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there. With 2 points of data, the Resolute and the probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint to a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice I wish someone had given me. Make sure you're never just one thing. Don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Rydek showed up, the captain pulled me into his ready room and told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, if he'd said that about Chovak, sure.
Is that why you're being so friendly to me? Politics?
That would be clever, but I think you give me more credit than the captain does. You're all right, Diaz. And you've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work, and who knows? A solid jack of all departments like you could be Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too. Of course, if you get an officer's commission, they'll put you on another ship.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy where I am.
You must be a glutton for punishment. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has been known to take decades to warm up to people.
Der ist mir also positiv gesinkt jetzt. Ich könnte ja nicht schaden, mit dem Commander einen Stein im Brett zu haben. Wa? So, sind ja gleich da.
Here. This is close enough. Stop the engines. Deploying the probe. Westbrook to Commander Chovak. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
There it is again.
I saw it. It seems to be directional.
Well, what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Otari Prime, and the probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually.
What? Finde Interferenzspitzen. What? Wie? Fadenkreuz bewegen, ja. Achso, guck mal hier. Aha. Da ist was.
We got something.
These markers indicate peaks in the gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more.
Okay, verstanden. Da. War hier unten noch was? Mhm.
Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. It's current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations... they line up with the interference pattern. The storm and this beam, they're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger. Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. But one thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Solano out. A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon Tau.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the Hotari during the negotiations.
And here I thought the Illidians would be the problem. Coming to peace talks in a warship. This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illidians are afraid of the Hotari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylus, the Hotari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tylus help us? Go behind her people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She doesn't like the way Galvin and Sidron have been manipulating the situation. And the Queen. Working with us to go around them isn't the same as betraying her people.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hotari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotari have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Given their indifference to the negotiations, and what we now know about this warp-disrupting weapon, it's almost as if they want to start a war. And Sidron was convinced the only thing the Illidians respect is force.
I would say he's right about that. But at least they know when to hold back.
But that does not explain why they would turn their aggressions against us.
I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armintas said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hotari miners somehow harness the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm?
Doing that is beyond even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
The Illidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
No.
Commander Rydek, sorry to interrupt. We've received an urgent call from Hotari. The Queen's advisor, Tylus, has asked to speak with you.
Put her through.
Galvin and Sidron are still with the Queen. I've enlisted help to gain access to the room they have under guard. I don't have much time.
I'm not supposed to leave my post.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
I found something. I'm sending you a scan.
Got it. Tylus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is that something you could help us with?
I suppose it wouldn't be easy, but I have to go.
Tylus.
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It was hard to tell.
I'm the one who got her into this. If something happens to her, it's my fault.
She's one of the Queen's closest advisors. I'm sure she'll be fine. Assuming the Queen isn't part of this. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tyler suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to the Resolute. But if this came from the mines, then it might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Lydians.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation would not allow that. We were, after all, sent here to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Hotari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. But of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough. At least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Hotari are controlling the warp disruption. And targeting the Resolute.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze the device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
Gut. Glaube ich.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Hotari. Even better than our probes. So pull the sensor and engine ISOs from the Melville when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you and Chovak down in engineering to run another analysis after the briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. And I like it a hell of a lot less now that we know someone is doing it to us. How does it work? What do we even do about it?
What do you say we pull these chips and find out?
Took some damage on the way. That ionic interference scored the hull plating. Might be some micro welds. Let's try pulling together.
All right.
3, 2, 1. It won't budge. Gotta be the storm damage. We need to... Welcome back. Any excitement down on the surface?
Excitement? No. Nothing like that.
Hey, can you hand me the EJ7 interlock? From the toolbox.
I don't know what that is.
Not much use for one on a security detail, huh? Carter?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Diese da, ja. Maus bewegt sich schnell, aber was ist das denn? So.
Okay, I'll apply pressure while you decouple the panel.
Na, wieso bewegt sich die Maus denn so langsam?
Here, I'll help.
We've got this.
Open up and say ah.
Thanks for the hand. We have to get these isolinear chips down to engineering.
No problem. You really know everything about these ships, don't you? The tools, the systems. Like a walking Starfleet technical manual.
Well, I wouldn't say everything, but I know my stuff.
I can see that.
Come on, start pulling chips.
Na komm. Ach du liebe Güte. Einfach nehmen. Bist du doof oder was? Oh oh.
What's this?
War Absicht.
Some kind of crystal formation?
Wo ist es? Da.
Whoa. This substance is a quantized spin crystallization of hydrogen, carbon, and lithium. It's emitting tetrametric pulses at an interval of 3.8422 seconds.
Quantized crystallization isn't natural. I mean, it's only theoretical as a means to engineer matter on a subatomic level. What's it doing in there?
Wait. Regulation 364, subsection 9.
What?
Regulation 364, subsection 9 orders that in the case of an unknown foreign substance infiltrating a sealed system, it will be placed in secure confinement before further examination. Retrieve a containment module.
Don't you think we're more equipped to deal with whatever this is?
No. Before anything else, this is a security issue. You don't even know what this is.
Which is why we need to study it.
Once it's contained.
Just leave it there for now. Messing around with it could be dangerous. At least until we know more.
That's exactly why we need to get it to the containment lab. I can't make an exception just for you.
I'm still going to report these crystals to Commander Westbrook when we send the shuttle data.
And I will inform my superiors. I'm taking this just as seriously as you are. But I overheard talk about the warp disruption on the shuttle. Now these crystals? Maybe this situation is more than we can handle with just a science vessel. We could trigger a distress call, get Starfleet to send more ships. Or I could send a message to my old CO on the Adirondack. Get some combat-tested vessels. We shouldn't do this alone.
Miranda, you gotta be more careful. Someone hears that, they could think you're talking mutiny.
I'm just trying to figure out how we can help. Okay, stand back. Get this to the containment lab. We'll get it set up for you. I'll let you know when it's safely confined.
Oh, we'll be there.
Last thing you want is to study this down in main engineering and have it explode next to the warp core.
Ja, das wäre nicht so günstig. Ui.
Almost forgot.
Can't have that.
For a second, I thought she'd gone cold on you. Like she might have changed her mind. But I guess this whole situation has her spooked. Maybe she knows more than us? Or it's because this is all happening so fast? But she usually doesn't scare easy.
Now, you can't tell me you're not a little spooked, too. We all should be.
Believe me, I'm taking it seriously. But Miranda talking about sending a distress call on her own? That's going too far. She was probably just thinking out loud. I'm sure she'll come to her senses. This mission has enough complications stacking up.
Das würde wahrscheinlich auf jeden Fall auf den Krieg aus sein. Wenn er plötzlich noch mehr Kampfschiffe also von der Föderation aufführen. Klingt logisch.
Commander Rydek was able to work behind the scenes during the negotiations and made contact with a representative from the Hotari delegation named Tylus. She mentioned an unusual artifact of unknown origin being held under tight security within the Hotari Palace, which she believes came from the mines on Tau. Now, this artifact might have a connection to the revolt, to the storm, and to the warp disruption we now know has been targeted at the Resolute. Commander Rydek? if you want to take it from here.
Of course. Tylus managed to infiltrate the heavily guarded location within the palace and sent us these scans using my tricorder. It appears to be some sort of control panel, possibly connected to the warp disruption weapon originating on Tau. Of particular interest is this symbol, which we couldn't identify the origin of.
The Federation database has records from a vast number of civilizations. If anyone from Starfleet has come across this before, the system should recognize it.
Cross-referencing with Federation records.
Displaying symbols from Federation database with a 90% probability of match or higher. Select a symbol to further analyze.
Nee. Nicht ganz. Das.
.2% match.
Got it.
Was ist? Tacon Empire?
So, what are we looking at?
The design and composition indicate this is a glyph associated with the ancient Tacon Empire. Their civilization collapsed over 600,000 years ago, but once spanned millions of systems with a population numbering in the trillions.
Fascinating. The Tacon were once the most advanced, most powerful civilization in the galaxy.
Is it possible the Hotari found Tacon technology?
I wonder if they even know what they have.
Our knowledge of the Tacon is limited. I have only encountered passing references to them.
We don't have the first idea what this is or what it means. And we have all of the Federation records available to us.
Perhaps we should see what else the Federation records show.
Computer, what is the last recorded discovery of other Tacon artifacts?
On stardate 41386.4, the USS Enterprise D, under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, discovered a Tacon outpost in the Delphi Ardu system. According to the mission summary, an unbreakable energy-draining field was deployed against the Enterprise and a Ferengi ship. The Enterprise was only able to escape after negotiating their release with an entity known as Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tacon Empire.
Unbreakable energy draining field. It starts to make sense.
What else is there?
There's a lot here. Let's take it piece by piece.
Select the aspect you wish to learn more about.
Someone from the Tacon Empire is actually still around.
Or at least was, 16 years ago.
Computer, what other information do you have on Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tacon Empire?
The entity known as Portal 6-3 is of an unknown nature. A biped humanoid, he was unaware that the Tacon Empire no longer existed at the time of the encounter. He was able to control the crystal-based technology of the Tacon outpost through apparent telepathic means. It was by his choice that the Enterprise was released from the energy draining field after Commander William T. Riker of the Away Team argued on behalf of both Starfleet and the Ferengi.
Telepathic control of their technology.
As I have said, they were the most advanced civilization in the galaxy.
What sort of planet is Delphi Ardu 4?
Delphi Ardu 4 is an M-class planet, a barren rock world with little to no vegetation and frequent ion storms. The giant crystals that grow there absorb energy, but it is not understood how they do so. The entire Delphi Ardu system, consisting of 11 planets, was considered completely uninhabited until the encounter with Portal 6-3.
Frequent ion storms. That can't just be a coincidence. There appears to be some sort of restriction order from Starfleet. Computer, explain this restriction.
A Starfleet directive similar to General Order 7 forbids entering the Delphi Ardu system or attempting to make contact with Portal 6-3.
Starfleet doesn't throw up a no trespassing sign to anybody.
I suppose it makes sense considering what happened to the Enterprise D.
The technology to capture and hold the Federation flagship would have to be unbelievably powerful. Computer, what else can you tell us about the energy-draining field the Takan used?
The Enterprise D was unable to break free on its own. The precise nature of the technology was never fully understood. Only that the crystalline technology used was beyond the comprehension of the current Starfleet science.
The engineering team found a quantized crystal formation in the shuttle you took to Hotari. They registered tetrametric radiation coming from it.
We have Takan technology on board right now?
We might. I'll run a full analysis in the containment lab.
The Elydians should have crushed the revolt. But if the Hotari have Takan technology and can control it, I see why they're willing to negotiate peace. For all we know, this could be just the beginning. And we're up against something greater than we can imagine.
There's only one way to find out. We need to see what's down there for ourselves.
I might be able to help with that. We've been able to triangulate the source of the interference and warp disruption to a specific mine on Tau. Engineering used the latest data from your shuttle to pinpoint its origin. There.
So we know where to look.
Irgendwas stimmt bei meinem Ton nicht. Wieso?
Right. We need to know what's down there.
Das spielt leider ab und zu Verschwankungen.
To better understand what we're up against. And to neutralize it if we can.
Captain, embarking on a mission to the Hotari moon would not be viewed favorably by either side. However, given the circumstances, we are entirely within our rights to defend ourselves.
I just want to make sure this doesn't blow
Eisbocki, grüß dich, schön, dass du reinschaust.
Which is why I'm thinking of sending Commander Rydek on a covert mission to Tau. Assuming you're up to the task. It would require absolute secrecy. And obviously, it's not without risk.
I'll get the away team in and out. They're in safe hands with me.
Under normal circumstances, that would be the case. Given the sensitive nature of this incursion, I'm afraid you'll have to go it alone. I'm hoping Tylus can accompany you. The priority is to
Ich kann hier nichts feststellen.
It's a calculated risk. The last thing we need is to get caught and then blamed for violating our neutrality and aggravating an already tense situation. We can't afford any mistakes, which is why I've chosen you.
Tylus will be essential to my success. Not only her knowledge of the mines, but her ability to gain access, particularly now that we know which mine we need to get into.
Make sure she understands the need to keep this covert.
She's not going to want her people to know about this.
Get in touch with Tylus and make the necessary arrangements as discreetly as possible.
Bridge to Captain Solano. The Elydians have moved additional ships to the edge of the Hotari system. Current heading is straight for the homeworld.
Understood.
It would seem we no longer have the luxury of waiting. In that case, may I suggest you and I return to Hotari Prime. Doing so.
Ich habe gerade gesehen, dass beim Mix It Up im Pegel was hochgegangen ist. Achso, das war wahrscheinlich einfach nur das vom Chat. Entlassen. Wegtreten heißt das. Hab schon F5 ausprobiert. Ja, das kann sein, dass er von dem... Aber meine Sprache, meine Stimme wechselt er nicht, oder? Weil hier sieht erstmal alles safe aus.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar, where is the crystal formation that you found in the shuttle? I have tasked Ensign Calloway with performing a full analysis of the tetrametric pulses.
Security brought it to the containment lab.
I was just there. They don't know anything about it. Security never checked it in.
Miranda never got there?
She's the one that had the crystal formation?
Yeah. Her and the rest of the security detail from the negotiations.
Diaz to Maris. Carter Diaz to Miranda Maris.
Commander Westbrook to Petty Officer Miranda Maris. Respond.
Something's not right.
She's still on the ship. She has to be.
Computer, locate Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
Petty Officer Miranda Maris is in the isolinear storage array on Deck 5.
What?
I'll go find her.
Good.
I am sure Mr. Diaz can attend to this on his own.
Kommt bestimmt vom Ionenschwung. Bestimmt! Oder knack ich hier rum? Zähne kappern oder so? Ja, die wirkte schon ein wenig komisch. Da sind Chips rausgezogen worden.
Someone improperly pulled these isolinear chips.
Ach so, okay. Oh, hier.
Did this?
Nicht gut. Mach mal Meldung. Buschi. Leise betreten. Was macht der für einen Krach hier? Da liegen auch wieder Chips auf dem Boden.
What the?
Oh, it's just you. I'm busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
I'm glad I found you. I was worried. We tried you on the comm badge and you didn't answer.
Oh, I guess I was just caught up in my work. But I'm through here, so I can't stay and chat. I have other things to do. Sorry you came all this way for nothing.
But hold on a second. Commander Westbrook said the crystal formation we found in the shuttle never made it to the containment lab. He sent me to find you.
I don't know why he'd say that. I brought the crystals to the lab myself. Whatever he told you, he got it wrong. All I know is where I left them.
If that's the case, let's both go down there and find them. It's that simple.
I don't have time for that. I have work to do. Look, I appreciate that you came to check on me, but I'm fine. You worry too much. We're on a starship. Nothing's gonna happen to me here.
I'm worried because you're acting strange. 1 minute you're citing regulation to take the crystals, and now you don't seem to care that they've gone missing. And what are you even doing in here?
Will you drop it? I don't like being interrogated, Carter.
Hey, wait up!
I'm getting some very mixed signals from you right now. I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Just tell Chovak or whoever I don't know where the crystals are, and let me go about my business. I know we have some things to figure out, I don't have time to stand around and debate with you.
I don't know what it is, but you're hiding something. What's in that storage drive?
It's secure data. It doesn't concern you.
Miranda, hold on!
No. Get out of my way.
So I see you found each other.
You were taking so long, the commander sent us to see what the problem was. Diaz, you were sent here with specific orders, and fighting your crewmate wasn't one of them. What the hell is going on here?
Let's just let them explain.
I'd like to hear that, because I know what it looks like.
She attacked me.
That's ridiculous.
And tried to get away with this. She was copying data onto it. I caught her in the act.
This drive is unauthorized.
There are ISOs all over the floor.
And that's why I was in here, investigating this situation. And when Carter came looking for me, we got our wires crossed. It wasn't anything more than that.
Look, I wish I was wrong about this. That I was overreacting. More than anything. But I know what I saw. And it's not what she's saying.
I can't believe this.
I don't know what's going on here, but I think we need to call it into security. She can explain herself in the brig.
Hold on a minute. We don't need to put this on anyone's permanent record. Miranda, maybe you're feeling out of sorts and we should head to sickbay so the doc can check you out?
Brutzer, was? Moin.
I haven't felt right since I came back from Hotari. I think I should see the doctor.
You two know her? If you really think she's not well, we can take her to sickbay first. But what I know is this is a security breach, and we should treat it as such.
Please, just let me go see the doctor.
She did have a bumpy ride back on the shuttle. Come on, Carter.
This is Petty Officer Diaz. I need a security team to Deck 5.
This is unbelievable.
Achso, jetzt sind wir wieder bei Commander. Frau Commander. Fällt der Name gerade nicht ein. Und versuchen da in die Höhlen zu kommen. Ohne Waffen, ohne alles. Wo ist dein Außenteam? Wolltest du nicht ein Außenteam zusammenstellen? Hä? Achso, jetzt stehe ich hier wieder ganz alleine. Finde Teilers. Ja. Lucky in die Runde. Da kann ich erstmal was angucken.
Foliage on Teil resembles underwater plant life on Earth. The universe is full of mysteries.
Ah ja. Aber wenn man jetzt wenigstens wüsste, wo man hin müsste. Aber da geht's nicht lang, also geht's hier weiter runter. Laufen wir doch mal hier weiter runter. Die Brutz auf der Wiesen oben. Das sind Lücken zwischen den Steinen oder hier sind Wege. Geh ich hier mal gucken oder? Halt. Was?
Rydick here.
This is Zermatt. Any trouble getting to the surface?
I'm really starting to miss transporters.
As long as this storm is around, you better learn to like shuttles. But if you can find the cause of the interference, we might be able to get back to transporting.
As if I needed another incentive. We both know there's a lot more than that riding on this.
Fair enough. You'll need to get in and out of the mine undetected, so I hope Minister Tyler can help in that regard.
So do I.
And to keep this covert, we'll refrain from contact unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. Rydick out.
Läuft jetzt halt unbeschwert rum. Undercover-Mission, jo. Was heißt Undercover? Also Infiltration. Quasi. Und die läuft hier erstmal so. Ganz easy. Easy peasy, bla bla bla, ne? Sind jetzt die Geräusche, die Störgeräusche auch da? Oh, das ist ein großes Schiff. Nein, okay. Und gehörte das wohl zum Spiel, hm? Muss ich darüber? Aha. Ducken und kriechen auf Control. Krieg hin.
The ionic interference is coming from underground. I should find a safer way down there.
Kann ich hier mal weiter gucken? Ah. Ah, da ist Tylers. Der Ring ist noch grün. Oh, was zittert das? Das ist aber komisch. Wo ist sie hin?
I saw your shuttle take off. Hopefully no one else did. It's good to see you. Even under these unfortunate circumstances.
When you called to give us a scan, it sounded like they caught you. I was worried you'd been hurt.
It was nothing I couldn't handle.
Lead the way. I'll fill you in on what we've learned about the situation.
Follow me.
The device Galvin and Sidron brought back from the mines is being used to control some sort of warp disruption weapon that has the Resolute trapped in Hotari space. According to our readings, the power source for that device is on this moon, at the specific coordinates I sent you.
That sounds impossible. But explains the rumors of the Hotari controlling the ionic storm.
We strongly suspect the device was created by an ancient empire known as the Takan.
The Takan?
Once the most powerful civilization in the galaxy. But they've been gone for over 600,000 years.
It's hard to believe there's something like that on Tau.
Which is why I need proof. If we find hard evidence that Galvin and his allies are hiding dangerous Takan technology, I can convince the Federation to let us intervene.
Understood. We're almost there.
That's the mine?
Prospect 614 North, Subdivision 20.
It's enormous.
Just one of the thousands across Tau. The pride of Hotari.
How do we get inside?
The structure that circles the mine has entry points for transporting equipment into the lower levels. They're guarded, but nothing I can't get past using my authority.
Well, that's good to hear.
As long as you can avoid being seen, I should be able to talk my way past any miner. And provide a little distraction for you in the process.
How do I avoid being seen?
You don't use the door.
Benutze nicht die Tür.
How dare you? Don't you know who I am? I am Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
That's not...
The Queen would be furious to hear you tried to deny me entry.
the Queen. But I just...
You just what? Just now realize the trouble you've made for yourself? And who exactly do you think you're going to report this to? Because I'll be reporting it as well, to someone much further up the ladder. You have no authority here. Do you understand who pays your wage? I can inform the Queen directly of this insolence.
There's no
You'll
need
regret
for...
everything you've said here today. You should have opened the doors the second I appeared before you.
That's not the protocol. I didn't know
Each
you
second
were...
you delay my entry,
Was soll ich denn scannen?
recorded, processed, and permanently marked on your record. Can't believe this. Does your brain function? Do you speak our tongue?
Minister, I have orders.
How could a fellow Hotari not understand this? You're digging your own grave. I've reached the end of my patience. Escort me to the maintenance bay.
I told you, I can't just...
Now!
But fine.
A wise choice. Lead the way, and be quick.
Kann ja nichts scannen.
Someone takes their breaks up here. Maybe the same guard who left that window unlocked. I suppose the view is nice.
Na komm.
Okay. Let's get a look inside you.
Ja, das habe ich jetzt schon verstanden. Und nu? Kommen wir nicht raus. Können den Scanner nicht wegstecken. Ah, da!
Full system access. Let's see if I can just... Bingo.
Ingo? Was kann Ingo dafür? Achso, Bingo. Machen wir ein bisschen flotter hier. Darüber. Ja.
Better hurry. Not sure how long she can keep him busy.
Brauchst du wieder Tricorder?
Might be rigged to only open for registered users. No control panel here. I should take a look with my tricorder.
Okay, verstanden. So. Das, was ich eben schon gesehen habe. Okay, hier geht eine Leitung lang. Schöner Hinweis. Oh, hier war was.
Something in here is keeping that door closed.
Aha. Ja, viel Spaß. Noch auch nicht so viel.
Got it. Should remove the security check on the door.
Haben nicht eben gesagt, don't use the door? Also nicht durch die Tür. Entschuldigung. Oha. Muss ich jetzt da runter oder was? Seems so, wenn der Doktor so angezeigt wird, ne? Aber als wenn das keiner mitkriegt, dass hier einer rumrennt, ne?
I didn't come here to educate an imbecile on royal protocol.
Of course not, Minister.
So I will be about my business here, and you will take yourself out of my sight. There you are.
You really let that guy have it.
It worked, didn't it? I'm used to having to throw my weight around. Hard to get anyone to listen to you otherwise.
I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Underestimate me at your peril.
The catwalks were booby-trapped.
Galvin and Sidron have gone to great lengths to keep out the uninvited. Well, we're inside. Where do you want to start?
The ionic interference is coming from below us. We need to go deeper.
That lift goes down, at least to the changeover station. But we can't use it without DNA authorization from one of the guards.
I have an idea, but we need a few samples of DNA from the miners who work here.
Samples?
Fingerprints, sweat, blood.
Which will trick the machine and get us control of the lift.
That's the theory. Let's test it.
Sammler mit dem Tricorder DNA-Proben. Ei. Achso, warte mal. Da war doch einer, der Pause... Ne, da oben war noch ein Punkt, wo jemand Pause macht, oder nicht?
This facility doesn't seem well maintained. There's DNA on this console, but it's only partial. I can't use this.
Maybe because we're outside.
The weather out here could dilute any DNA samples.
What about inside that structure? That's where the workers spend most of their time.
Good idea. An Illydian console.
All
the managerial technology in the mines is Illydian.
So they can keep an eye on their investment.
That's how it is.
Schön, dass du wieder reinschaust. So. Where to go? There to go? Das Ding hatten sie zumindest eben kurz gezeigt. Ah ja. Recorder meldet sich.
Wow, that is a lot of DNA. I should look for the most concentrated spots.
Na? Da.
I can use this.
Muss ich noch irgendwas anderes finden? Also ich sehe... Ah, da. Hm. Ich kann den Scan nicht verlassen. Also ich muss hier schon irgendwas finden. Den Modus wechseln, ja. Oh, da. Oh. Wieso habe ich das eben nicht gesehen? Ausgeprägtes Muster von Leisten und Zwischenräumen, die mit dem Fingerabdruck eines männlichen Hotari Alter etwa 36 Zyklen übereinstimmen. Okay.
That's a stable DNA sample. It's only partial, but a few more should do it.
Noch mehr. Mhm. Recorder meldet sich. Da.
Not concentrated enough. I should try somewhere else. This'll work.
Kannst hin und her steuern, wie du willst. Irgendwie. Schwierig. Jetzt. Hä? Wieso muss ich erst hin und her schalten? Aha.
Good. That's another I could use. Just need one more sample.
Da waren wir gerade schon. Ah.
Hotari must be tough on the inside, too. If they eat in here, it's likely there's some DNA in the room. Not enough. Gotta keep looking. Almost looks like coffee. Almost. I'll have some Ractagino when I get back to the ship.
Mhm, Ractagino. Kann ich nicht scannen. Oh, da.
There's gotta be stable DNA here.
Ja, ich muss auf den Biofilter gehen. Das ist es. Ich Idiot. Jetzt habe ich das erst gerafft. Da unten ist ja Radio, chemisch und biologisch.
Perfect. That's enough to make the DNA profile. Time to
Okay.
go back to the lift. Hygiene clearly isn't a priority down here.
Hygiene, nicht, nein, nicht wirklich.
You're not coming inside?
There are some things I'd rather not smell.
Ah. Hopefully that guard stays outside.
Oh, he will.
What's in all these containers?
These contain mining supplies, tools, energy packs for machinery.
Shouldn't mining supplies be inside the mines?
It is troubling. If the workers here aren't mining...
It worked.
Theory proven.
I'll get it started.
Ready?
Ready? Entschuldigung.
I'm a little afraid of what we might find down there.
We'll be okay. I've survived worse than this.
Well, I haven't. But I'll put my faith in you. For now.
Mm-hmm.
Chara. Stay back. There's a guard at the station. You'll have to hide.
Most of them.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
You watch your tone with me. I'm Tylus Altaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. I speak for the Queen herself.
This is a restricted area. No one gains access without the approval of Galvin or Sidron.
Wait.
Jues Gawad Abawincha.
Let me go!
Are you all right?
I don't know.
Are you injured?
No, I thought if I could talk my way through like always, I'd be fine, but... I'm a diplomat. This isn't what I do. I've never even fired a weapon. This is just... It's real now. I wasn't ready for this.
Tylus, you can do this.
I don't see what you're basing that on.
All you've shown me so far is an iron-willed determination to save your people. I don't expect that's changed.
No. No, it hasn't. My authority has never been challenged like that. It meant nothing to him.
So we should assume any Hatari we encounter from here on can't be reasoned with.
Agreed. The only loyalty they have down here is to Galvin and Sidron.
Can you switch over the lift?
The guard should have a scan card that will allow us to operate the switch.
Got it.
He's not dead, is he? He's still one of my people, and I didn't come here to take Otari lives.
My phaser's set to stun. He'll be perfectly fine, just unconscious for a while.
I see. We don't have that sort of technology on our weapons.
Good to know.
Ja, das Spiel macht Spaß. Viel Spaß sogar. Weil interessant ist, es ist wie so eine interaktive Episode, hätte ich beinahe gesagt. So eine interaktive Star Trek-Episode.
The energy readings are emanating from this tunnel. It's sure to be guarded in there. Stay low and follow my lead. Is that all dilithium?
Not all of it. We excavate large chunks of rock that contain varying amounts of dilithium ore. It's sorted and processed at the collector ship above.
Mal richtig flüssig läuft die Grafik teilweise nicht, ne? Ist immer wieder mal am Ruckeln. Aber das ist kein allzu hochwertiges Spiel, was das betrifft. Grafiken sehen nice aus, manche Animationen sind halt sehr, ja, schwierig. Ne, hier ist auch wieder so ein Micro-Ruckling quasi. Und das Ding ist perfekt, ne? Nur Witz machen. Ist ganz nett gemacht. Man hat sich ein bisschen was bei Telltale Games abgeguckt, so von wegen Entscheidungen treffen und dementsprechend den weiteren Fortgang der Geschichte beeinflussen.
I take that as a sign we're getting close.
I'll get a closer look. Looks like they've improvised a barrier.
Yes, we must be getting closer.
Na komm mal.
We need that particular card, don't we?
I'm afraid so.
We don't have time to wait for them to finish whatever they're doing. We'll have to try to keep low and sneak past them.
I'm starting to see the utility of a phaser.
I wouldn't stand a chance against all three of them. Can you open that door?
Not without that scan card.
I don't like our options here. I have to get us that card so we can open the door.
How? If they detect you, Galvin and Sidron's followers are clearly willing to kill to protect whatever's in this mine.
Hey, I'm trained for this. I'll be fine.
What should I do?
Avoid being seen. Stick to the edge of the room and meet me at the door.
Das sah immer aus. Verstecksequenzen. In den Verstecksequenzen triffst du auf Feinde, die dich, wenn sie alarmiert sind, verfolgen und fangen wollen. Wenn du gefangen wirst, ist deine Mission gescheitert. Sag bloß.
Coming along. Who's there? Are we sure the Lydians won't try something else? They saw our power, our resolve. They're terrified of us. Until the plan is complete, we're vulnerable. Then get back to work, and we'll complete the plan more quickly. What was that? How odd. Processing. Arrogant Lydians.
Ja, so läuft nur das Blöde hin und her. Geh doch mal weiter weg.
This requires too many inputs. I can taste our victory.
Oh Mann, erschreck mich nicht so. Gehst du runter.
How long is Galvin going to make us wait? I'm not worried. He's let us run so far.
If I went through there.
It's a miracle we're even here. We've been waiting for so long. Patience, brother. We'll get our chance. It's inevitable after all. That it is.
Mach doch nicht so einen Krach hier. Merkt ja keiner. Das ist ja so laut. Fällt überhaupt nicht auf, dass es hier auf und zugegangen ist.
Stay close.
Oh. Oh, oh.
Stop!
What?
Motion sensors. They'll trigger an alarm. We'll be found.
Invisible to the naked eye.
They could be anywhere. How will we get through?
Tricorder, baby, Tricorder. Nein, Eddie. Ich kann nicht drauf bekommen. Oh. Wo müssen wir denn hin? Da hinten hin, wa? Stimmt, das sollte Essen fertig sein. Das ist gut. Dann wünsche ich dir jetzt schon mal einen guten Appetit und ein gutes Gelingen fürs Essen. Mhm. Oh. Da müssen wir auf jeden Fall hin. Ducken, 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 ducken. Ja, man kann doch ein bisschen was erkennen, ne? So sagen wir nicht. Ich glaube, da müssen wir rüber. Oh. Piep, piep, piep. Genau, was gibt's denn Feines? Chinesen habt ihr gegessen? Oder Chinesisch? Oh, das sieht aber nicht lecker. Das sieht aber lecker aus hier. Oh. Massaker.
This
That's where the uprising started.
Nudelkuchen. Mhm. Ah, da sind kaputte Kristalle.
Hotari don't do this. We defend ourselves, but we don't kill on this scale, this level of savagery.
There's no such thing as a bloodless rebellion.
I don't know if we should keep going. So much death. I don't want to end up like them.
We'll make sure they didn't die for nothing. What we learn here could save the rest of your people.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever happened here, it made the Illydians abandon the mines. Let's find out what they're so scared of. These crystalline particles, they're not dilithium. Are they common in the mines?
Not that I've ever seen.
Is this the effects of an Illydian disruptor?
Yes.
Disruptors are cruel weapons. From the blast marks, it looks like the Illydians had far greater firepower. Footprints. Illydian boots. Running back the way we came.
Ja, gibt es erstmal eine Kochanweisung hier, oder? Eine Kochschulung?
Tylus.
Ja.
What?
What kind of weapon did this?
This is like nothing I've ever seen or heard of. My people don't have a weapon that does this.
What else can you tell me?
Ein Kristallauswuchs unbekannter Herkunft in einem Schädel des Aldeaners weist eine geringe tetrametrische Strahlung auf. Die Kristalle scheinen nach einem vorausgehenden Durchbruch von innen herausgewachsen zu sein. Der Prozess hat verschiedene interne Organe zerrissen und war nicht unbedingt sofort tödlich. Nett.
What an awful way to die. This must be why the Illydians are so afraid. Technology that surpasses their own, in the hands of the Hotari that they've lorded over for centuries.
Where did this weapon come from?
Well, the crystals are giving off tetrametric pulses. If I set my tricorder to search for that frequency, it'll lead us right to the source.
Auf dem Tricorder wird Strahlung angezeigt und diese weist den Weg zu scannbaren Objekten. Die 4 grünen Lichter auf der linken Seite leuchten, wenn der Tricorder eine Strahlungsquelle erkannt hat. Aha. Den Tricorder jetzt anmachen. In die Richtung. Ja. Da strahlt was. Erstmal gucke ich hier noch an.
This makeshift barrier forced the Illydians to enter from the service corridor, creating a choke point.
Falle.
Like the advanced tactic for a species that's never waged war. This Illydian tried to run.
They didn't let him.
Der Bohrer?
Think they parked this here on purpose?
One way to find out.
Need any help?
I've got it.
This concentration of tetrametric radiation has never been recorded. Whatever they're hiding, it's right through here.
Der wackelt irgendwie ganz komisch. Self-made Receptor.
This feels strange.
The crystals are increasing, growing outward, replacing the soil.
It's like an infection. A parasite. Growing inside Tau.
Einfach mal reinlaufen, ohne Maske, ohne alles, ohne Schutz. Alles einatmen, etc. pp. Oh, guck mal an. Mhm.
Incredible.
This is definitely not Hotari.
So weit Abstand, ja, wenn es reicht.
It's the remnants of the Takan Empire.
I don't think we should be here.
This is exactly where we should be. Every strange thing we've seen in this system, it might all come from this room. We need to learn everything we can.
Ist halt die Frage, wie gesund das ist, ne?
What are we looking at?
It's made of the same crystalline material as the rest of this place. But I can't tell much else. Might be some kind of sleep mode. I can't analyze this further unless it starts working normally.
Maybe we can turn it on from somewhere else.
Hopefully. Let's keep looking around. Look familiar?
It's almost identical to the console Galvin has hidden in the palace. It looks like a control surface.
ABC-Gefechtsmaske, genau. Ich denke, da oben wäre vielleicht was, ne? Ach, jetzt kann...
How are you holding up?
I knew Galvin and Sidron were dangerous. Now I know they're more powerful than I could have imagined. But the worst of it is knowing they got there by turning our people against their own.
Und Poncho.
Somewhat resembles a transporter pad.
Ja, das hier irgendwie auch, ne? Kommen wir da irgendwie hoch? Oh, da steht was. Chemisch. So. Ja. Das er? Oh, okay. Er springt mich fast an, ey. Und jetzt wieder chemisch. Sag nochmal.
This suggests there's some type of complex life form contained within each crystal.
Uh-oh.
Life form? There's something alive in these tiny crystals?
That's what it says, but hard to imagine how that's possible. Our science division will have a field day with this. We need to study it on the ship.
This place feels wrong.
I'll get what I need, and we can get out of here.
Thank you.
Oh, da liegt was am Boden.
Crystallized lithium compound. Its internal structure is extremely ordered. In fact, the states of these crystals on a subatomic level suggests a storage device of some kind. Energy levels are both stable and ordered, like information. Some of them appear to be depleted.
What kind of information would you deplete?
Noch mehr von was ist das?
Why are these all over the floor?
They resemble the one we scanned earlier. They must no longer contain a life form.
I guess they're of no use once depleted.
Mal so aus, ne? Alle rausgerissen aus dem Ding. Die waren wir eben schon.
They look different than the others.
These haven't been depleted yet.
Is it too, convenient that we found this place unguarded?
There's an old Earth saying about never looking a gift horse in the mouth.
What's a horse?
Never mind.
Can your device read this?
It can roughly translate the words, but we don't have enough Draconian language on record to understand how it's structured.
Oh well.
Komm, mach Foto. Ne, geht nicht. Waffe. Quantisierte Spin-Kristallisierung. Ändert die EDV, ob man die Waffe möglicherweise an den Opfern in den Minen benutzt. Okay. Augenscheinlich Steuerungsoberfläche, Verbindungsmöglichkeiten unbekannt. Mhm. Lithiumprozessor bündelt Energie und Materie zu replizieren. Aha. Sowas. Replikator.
What is it?
The device's primary function is to transmute lithium into this quantized crystalline compound. Possibly for the creation of weapons.
Do you think one of these was used on that Elydian in the tunnels?
Such a cruel weapon.
Jara?
I see it.
What's happening?
Someone turned it on.
There's no one here. Maybe the device I saw in the palace can send a signal?
If that's the case, we may not be alone for long. Let's hurry.
Ja. Muss ich jetzt hin, oder was? Ich fürchte.
I can feel the power coming off it.
I've never seen this kind of energy before. I'll need to record this with my tricorder.
Ja, mach mal. Irgendwie. Kristalline Struktur und viele Energieleitungen verbunden. In der Aufbau kann trotz der bekannten Gesetze der Physik. Ja. Tetrametrische Strahlung nach oben in ein anderer Teil kann man fließen, wäre zu schwach zum Aufzeichnen. Okay. Augenscheinlich Steuerungswerke ohne Bekanntzeichen Energiegeräte. Okay.
This can't be right. It's putting out almost 50 zettajoules of energy.
I assume that's a lot?
Enough to power this entire quadrant. This amount of power, the kind of radiation it's putting out, it's the cause of the storm. The warp disrupting beam, all of it.
What do we do now?
We get back to the Resolute. They have to know about this. Come on, let's...
Oh.
Quickly. We have to hide.
No, schmeiß mal kurz Handy ins Bett.
This is outrageous! I demand you let me go!
No need to complain. You're about to receive a gift beyond your wildest imagination. If anything, I consider it an honor.
What is that? What are you doing?
You'll see soon enough.
I can influence the course of the negotiations. I can make sure the Hotari get the better end of the bargain.
So can I.
Uh-oh.
She said anything? Miranda won't be in here for long. Just gotta sort this all out.
If there was a chance between you two, I think you've blown it out the airlock. Hope you're happy. Miranda doesn't deserve this. We're supposed to be her friends.
I'm not happy she's in here. Not Miranda. The way she was acting, there's something going on with her.
Well, she's gonna have to answer for it here.
We were at the start of something good, and you throw it away like that. I never thought you'd turn on me like this.
I didn't turn on you. You brought this on yourself. Unless you have some kind of explanation.
You think I owe you an explanation? Starfleet and its never-ending search for answers.
Tried to find the other members of the security team that went to Hotari, but they're missing. We found their comm badges stashed in a Jeffries tube.
You better hurry up and find them. There's not much time left.
Miranda, if you know where they are, you have to tell us. We're all Starfleet here. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Not anymore. I have a new purpose now.
Here's something.
What is it?
Eris didn't get bioscanned after returning from Hotari. Neither did the other two that are missing.
None of them were scanned.
Which should not have happened.
She came over and helped us open the engine compartment. The others too. They must have used it as a way to skirt the scan.
So they knew they had to get around it. I'll scan Petty Officer Maris and get some data to cut through all this speculation.
I think it's better if I do it.
Open up too.
I can't believe this. Ridiculous.
Überdurchschnittliche Kreislaufverschiebung festgestellt. What? Anomale synaptische Frequenzen gefunden. Beta- und Delta-Wellen außerhalb der gängigen Normen.
Data coming in. Come here for a second. Did you know?
Know what?
That's not Petty Officer Miranda Maris.
What are you talking about?
It's right here on the tricorder.
Hold on. Then who is it?
From what I'm reading, she might look like Miranda. Walk and talk like her too. She has different brainwaves, and even different DNA. Somehow, this isn't the same person we left Starbase with. I'm going to feed this into the main computer and run some more analysis.
Commander, there's gotta be something we can do for her.
This is incredible. By some process we don't yet understand, Miranda's body is being rewritten. Her mind has been remapped to another personality, and Her DNA is resequencing. I'm not sure the extent of it, but it appears to be pervasive. Someone has taken over and is bioforming her.
That's a crude way to describe it.
Bioforming.
This is a problem. A big one.
What have you done with the real Miranda? Where is she?
You're looking at her. I'm Miranda, but so much more.
Don't let them get the storage drive!
Wow.
Emo e notice texta.
It's not in the universal translator.
Who the hell are you?
We are the Scions of the Flame.
Stop her!
They're getting away!
Shoot her!
Scions of the Flame? I don't like the sound of that.
You're never gonna believe this. The reason the Universal Translator didn't recognize that language is because it's only ever been read. It's the Takan language.
Get your filthy Hotari hands off me! We'll burn your planet to the ground. Animals. Wait. No.
Rise, brother. Rejoin the flame.
This can only mean our time has come.
I'm only sorry I couldn't find a more suitable host for you.
All in good time. This is only the beginning.
They're working together? An Elidian and a Hotari?
They did something to him.
Secure the Cartabula.
Cartabula?
Cartabula?
It's the energy source.
Spread out. Search the vault. Go back through the mine. Cut off their escape. Find them.
Time to go.
Benutze deinen Phaser, um den Feind auszuschalten. Halte rechte Maustaste gedrückt, um Deckung zu verlassen und ziele mit der Maus. Benutze links, um zu feuern, um drum zu können, mehrere Schüsse im Gegner betäuben.
We're trapped. They're blocking the only exit.
Mhm.
Maybe not. Can you buy me some time?
For what?
This vehicle looks a lot tougher than that barrier.
Okay. Bin so aufgeregt. Oh.
Shoot the Hotari woman!
Gut. Aua. Was war denn da wieder Tüt? Uh-oh.
Jara! Get on!
Aha.
Hold on to something.
Boom.
Oh no.
Don't stop. I'll handle them.
Was ist das? Wenn IMG-ID Cover Move Left Scale 0.25 am Bildschirmrand erscheint, kannst du zwischen verschiedenen noch komplette GC. Benutze die Richtungen und manche Feinde sind nur aus bestimmten Verstecken zu sehen. Achso.
Shoot the one driving the machine!
Aua. Da hinten kann ich nicht schießen. Ups. Ich hab verloren. Ja, irgendwann musste das ja mal passieren, ne? Ich pfeife mir gerade mal ein bisschen Nervennahrung rein. Moment. Ach, weißt du was? Ich mach mal kurz Pause. Ich muss auch mal irgendwo hin. Und noch was Neues zu trinken holen. Pause. Schnell Pipi machen. So, da sind wir wieder. Ja, Story-Modus erneut versuchen, ne?
Oh no.
Don't stop. I'll handle them.
Ja.
Shoot the one driving the machine! You don't have...
Tyler! We're surrounded.
I'll get it working. I just need some time.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
The lift. We're trapped.
Resolute, 2 to beam up immediately. Resolute, come in.
Dara!
Are you all right?
I think so. It hurts. What are you doing?
Hold on to me.
Whoa.
Commander, we read you, but there's too much interference. Transporters still can't get a lock.
Miranda was able to transport through the storm. There has to be some path through that we're not seeing.
Tetrametric radiation is saturating our sensors. There is too much interference to pick up the residual transporter signature.
Wait. Tetrametric radiation. Of course. I can align the transporter with the tetrametric signature. The crystals emit tetrametric pulses every 3.8422 seconds, roughly 26 centihertz. All of this is connected. The storm, the warp-killing field, the crystals, Miranda's alien transporter tech. Okay, I've got the transporter in calibration. There are a lot of biosigns in that mine, all stacked on top of each other. I need something to identify the commander signal. Something loud, energetic.
Understood. Commander Rydek, we have penetrated the storm's interference, but we are unable to pinpoint your signature. We need you to generate a high-energy event to help us...
High-energy event. Got it. Tylus, are you still with me?
I am.
Good. I'm going to shoot my phaser at some dilithium to cause a piezoelectric rupture.
What? Why?
Signal flare. One of these crystals have to be You're thicker still. Come on. Damn it. No good, too small.
Da oben gleich, ne? Der war gut.
Whoa! Dilithium explosion.
Is that energetic enough?
More than enough. I can lock onto their biosigns now.
Räume Trümmer weg und wähle das Ziel aus, um zu beamen. Du musst alle Ziele auswählen, um fortfahren zu können. Zielen, Trümmer wegräumen und Ziel auswählen.
I've got their biosigns isolated.
Commander, we have your signal.
I'm gonna tunnel a path through the ionic interference.
Was? Wähle Wegpunkte aus, um eine Interferenz zu erstellen. Der Wegpunkt verliert Stabilität, wenn sie durch die Interferenz durchführt. Der gelbe Balken zeigt die Stabilität eines Pfades an. Ja, okay. So. Das ist nice hier. Denn da oben da. So.
I've got a path. Just gotta calibrate the signal.
Ach du Scheiße. Fixiere die Frequenzen genau im richtigen Moment, damit der Transporter genug Energie hat. Benutze Maus, um den Cursor zu bewegen. Linke Maustaste, um ihn an einer Stelle zu fixieren. Der gelbe Balken füllt sich, wenn der Cursor sich an einer Stelle befindet, an der die Distanz zwischen den Wellenformen zu groß ist. Der blaue Energiebalken füllt sich weiter, wenn der eine gelbe Balken fixiert ist, wenn der blaue Balken voll ist, sobald du den dritten... Was? Ich probier mal. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Muss ich da bleiben? Irgendwie? Hä? Ich verstehe das nicht. Muss immer an die Lücken daran, oder was? Ach so! Wie soll das denn gehen? Alter! Ich verstehe das nicht. Die Linien müssen überlappen irgendwie, ne? Das reicht nicht, ne? Wie lange geht das Spielchen? Hilfe, Hilfe! Ich werde unterdrückt. Nee. Meine Fresse! Darf gar nichts von dem Gelb zu sehen sein, oder was? Oder müssen die Wellenformen übereinander passen? Kann ja gar nicht. Wir brauchen Power, richtig? Vielleicht muss der gelbe muss groß sein oder was? Genau andersrum.
Petty Officer Diaz.
We're losing her.
The pattern is degrading. Can you hold the signal?
I'm trying.
Alter.
I got it.
Hast du gerade auch schon mal gesagt? Honky Tonk Man.
Yes!
Get her to sickbay.
Captain Solano and Ambassador Spock have just returned from Hotari.
Take a look at that.
Rydick, I need you on the bridge, now.
I'm here.
The Elydians are preparing to attack Hotari.
Status report.
Your systems are now fully powered. All torpedo tubes open.
They're preparing to fire.
We should hail the Elydian flagship, Captain.
Readying phasers if you want them.
Stand by. Await my order. Recommendation, Commander? We need to act quickly.
Hail the Elydians. Maybe we could talk some sense into them.
Hail them.
No response.
Try it again.
Still nothing.
The Elydians. They've powered down their weapons.
Odd. You sure about that, Mr. Armand?
They're venting some kind of gas from their ship. Hold on. Now all of their systems have shut down.
That's unexpected.
Commander Ermont, scan them again. We have to be sure.
No mistaking it. They're dead in the water.
What's happening?
There's an energy dampening field coming from Tau.
Take us out of range.
Aye, Captain.
Captain, the flagship is hailing us.
On screen.
Zeldy to the Starship Resolute. Our main power cores are completely disabled. The more power we give, the more it takes. Running off batteries. Life support systems have failed. Unable to ventilate. Contaminated atmosphere.
Admiral, you are about to launch an attack on a defenseless planet.
Kobliat, you sided with the Hotari in the negotiation, but that does not matter now. My crew is going to die. Please, I beg of you. You must render assistance. System failures are compounding around my ship.
We'll help you.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Admiral, excuse us while we devise a rescue plan.
By my estimate, the crew only have 23 minutes before their atmospheric mix becomes lethal.
While we may not be able to transport the Illydians directly, if we were to transport them from their ship to a nearby shuttlecraft, it should be possible to amplify the transporter signal there and reroute it to the Resolute.
The Ambassador's plan is incomplete. An away team will have to beam aboard the Zeldi and set up pattern enhancers for a stable enough signal out of the dampening field.
Thank you for identifying my deficiency, Commander Chovak.
Jara, I need a senior officer in command of this. Take Chovak and Bedrosian in the shuttle and get it done.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edselar, you will be part of the rescue mission. As will I. We will bring the shuttle within transporter range of the Zeldi, then beam you both aboard.
Beam us on board. Why?
The pattern enhancers must be placed on the Zeldi to make it possible to beam the Illydians back to the Resolute. Gather the pattern enhancers and get to the docking bay.
Ja, komm her. Also manchmal ist die Maus echt schwierig zu steuern.
What's that?
We're going to rescue the Illydians, the people that oppress the Hotari, when we should be going to rescue Miranda. This thing that's happened to Miranda is like the Trill symbiosis joining, only worse. And I've seen too many people I care about wiped away by some greater entity to stand by while the same thing happens to her. I wanted no part of it then, and I won't stand for it now. Their bodies stolen and used like puppets.
I'm not giving up on her either. We'll get her back.
Whatever it takes.
Right now, we've got other lives to save.
Yeah.
The away team is ready.
Oh, Maus, komm rüber. So, warte mal, ich muss mal eben hier. Achso.
Resolute to Shuttlecraft Melville. You're cleared for takeoff.
Acknowledged, Resolute. Melville taking
Wieso
off.
setzen die denn jetzt schon die Masken auf? Der Ionensturm sorgt dafür, dass sich Gefahren auf deinem Weg befinden. Grüne Blitze beschädigen dein Shuttle. Wenn du dreimal getroffen wirst, scheitert deine Mission. Du kannst durch die vom Sturm erzeugten Ringe fliegen, wenn du vorsichtig bist. Oh, super. Wo muss ich denn da durch?
Away from the lightning.
Das war nicht gut. Man muss da durch.
We're almost there.
Aber ja. So, was soll denn das? Ich muss anscheinend immer hier durchfliegen. Und das macht die Sache gerade irgendwie nicht einfacher. Ne, ich muss da lang und dann... Ja, muss ich jetzt durch die Ringe oder nicht? Anscheinend ja schon, ne? Das ist immer eigenartig. Wie soll denn das gehen? Musst du anscheinend nicht. Nochmal versuchen. Na, es stand was von wegen, du kannst, wenn du vorsichtig bist, aber...
Melville taking off.
So, der Ionensturm sorgt dafür, dass sich Gefahren auf deinem Weg befinden. Grüne Blitze schädigen dein Tunnel. Du kannst durch die vom Sturm erzeugten Ringe fliegen, wenn du vorsichtig bist. Ja. Mach ich aber nicht. Scheiße. Ach, da sehe ich auch, wenn die auf mich zukommen, oder was? Ich muss gucken, dass ich irgendwie zwischendurch fliege. Fuck, direkt vor der Nase. Ach so. Ja. Gar nicht immer so einfach, dem auszuweichen. Wo muss ich denn? Scheiße. Das mit der Maus darf immer noch nicht geschmiert. Hoch! Halt an.
We are within range. Any closer will put the shuttlecraft at risk.
Mhm.
Preparing to transport the away team. Energizing.
Moin.
The ship's life support. It's almost completely drained.
And the other systems, too.
Oh no.
We gotta get to their transporter room.
The atmosphere in here is turning to poison. All of these Elydians are going to die if we don't get them out of here. These must close in case of emergency. They don't have enough power left to function. Carter, give them a charge with your phaser. Should make them open.
Hä? Nee. Ach da. Aha. Und nun? Bin ich falsch? Wo sind denn die anderen? Hä? Wo bleibt ihr denn? Was muss ich tun? Ich habe doch keine Ahnung. Tricorder geht nicht. Tricorder ist kaputt. Ach da. Aha. Ach.
It's not working.
No power's running through any of this. We gotta get him open manually.
I am the ranking officer here. State your intentions. We are under siege. Explain yourselves.
Our intentions? Your leaders asked for our help.
And they sent you?
Whoa there.
I am still able to stand. What are you trying to do?
We gotta get into your transporter room.
Then we can get your people off the ship.
Nu?
Make sure they're evenly spaced. We need to manually adjust beam trajectory so they connect.
I got this one. You get the others.
Wie sie machen ein und ich stelle alle anderen auf, oder was? Wo guckst du denn hin? Da fehlt auch noch einer. Der rennt immer erstmal weg. Auch nicht schlecht. Ja, sie kümmern sich echt nur um einen, ne? So.
All right. The pattern enhancers are aligned and ready to go. Let's round them up.
These will boost the signal so we can transport through the storm. We have a shuttle outside this ship that will route the signal to the Resolute.
All crew to Transporter Room 2. We are evacuating.
We're live.
Here they come.
Okay, coordinates. Beam status. Energizing controls.
Please step on the platform so we can evacuate you, Admiral.
The crew goes first, Hunter.
Sir.
I mean it.
You! Get on the platform already!
Okay, the interface is an Illidian, but the layout is the same as a Starfleet transporter. I just gotta do what I did before. Select the people to transport. I need to select all of them. Plot a path through the ionic interference. Path goes through too much interference, it won't work. Okay, just have to calibrate the signal gain to get the highest possible output. Even at this range, the interference is too much. The system is suggesting better transport coordinates. Diaz, the shuttle. You're sitting right in the thick of it. I'm sending you specific coordinates for a clear signal path.
Waypoint's been added to the navigational computer. There, Commander. Give or take 50 meters.
Ja, das ist aber schon schwierig. 530 Tage ist Bocky. Ja, ich bin mir noch nicht sicher, ob ich da unbedingt, das sind immerhin noch 40 Euro, ne? Das ganze Jahr ist natürlich günstiger, aber wenn ich es halt nicht das ganze Jahr nehme, sondern immer dann, damit ich es brauche, dann ist das vielleicht günstiger. Jeder wie er mag, ja. Ach du liebe Güte. Bloß nicht treffen lassen.
Melville to away team. Energize.
I have the first group of Illidians in the pattern buffer. Redirecting and transmitting to the Resolute now.
Okay.
This is Resolute. We have the Illidians safely aboard.
We did it! I was so worried this wouldn't work.
Don't celebrate yet, Lieutenant. We've got a lot of people left to save.
Right. Sorry.
This is Commander Rydek. We're holding steady. Signal is good. Keep them coming.
next?
I've made it clear. I only leave after those in my charge.
Sir,
Skillen hauen nicht mehr
you
hin.
go so you can lead our people. I will see to any stragglers.
Yes, that may be for the best. But first, let me thank our human saviors. I'll pin medals on your uniforms when this is over. For all your brave work.
We're not out of the woods yet, sir. So if you don't mind...
Ah, yes. Forgive me.
We're ready for transport.
Get the Admiral to safety.
Energize.
Massive power surge!
Sending available power to the annular confinement beam. I have the Illidians in the pattern buffer, but I cannot resolve their signal to send them through to the Resolute, nor can I materialize them here.
We need a better position with the Resolute.
Oh Mann. Ich muss eigentlich nur auf das kleine Display da unten gucken. Boah, geh mir doch nicht um den Keks, du Ding. Und bewegen sich einfach mal eben so zwischendurch. Wo sind denn meine Zielhilfen? Ja. Oh, oh, da kommt was.
I am losing their patterns. I need more power, but internal relays are not functioning.
I'll do it manually.
Oh.
Do it!
I am trying. I will lose the transport if I do not have more time. The signal is resolving.
Please!
We have lost the 15 Illidians in the last transport.
15?
I regret to report that we have lost the last transport.
My comrade. The Admiral.
Unfortunately, our shuttle systems were damaged by the power surge. We can no longer serve as a transporter node.
Carter, these readings are off the charts. The source of the storm is on this ship. That must have been the power surge. When it came on board.
You're right. The Takan energy source. They call it the Cartabula. It's here.
Is that?
The intruders are preparing to bring the Zeldi to war.
And we're about to be stuck on it.
There is an old Illidian saying about leaping off the hot skillet and falling to the flame below.
Yeah, we got that one too.
I hate to say this, but I don't think there's a rescue coming for us. That was our job, so we're gonna have to save ourselves. And with the Cartabula on board, we're gonna have a new job.
Stop it. Stop them.
I like this job.
That's all well and good, but if we're not getting off this ship, we're really backed into a corner here.
We can't get off this ship.
But maybe I could target somewhere on the ship.
We are reading the warp engines powering up.
Yeah, we picked up on that.
We do not have a way to evacuate you from the Zeldi. The shuttlecraft is too heavily damaged.
That's all right, Commander. We have a plan of our own. We're gonna stay on this ship.
That is very bold of you, Mr. Diaz. Live long and prosper.
I hear voices down the corridor.
We will be here soon.
I'll guard the door. You just get us out of here, Diaz.
Hey, Stretch. Help us with this map.
Stretch, lange Lulatsch.
Find somewhere as remote as you can.
You're almost here.
Wo sind wir denn? Die Brücke?
Rich? The first place intruders would fortify.
Das ist richtig.
Crew quarters?
High traffic, easily accessible.
There. The aft cargo bay.
That is acceptable.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, do it now!
Was? Hä?
We're locked in. Board to transport.
Come on, Belle!
Belle!
Upsi.
It's too late for him. Carter!
3 to transport. Energize.
Zelda does not appear to have left any warp signature at all. I cannot track its trajectory.
I held on as long as I could.
We saved many lives. And our people on the Zelda knew the risks their duties entailed.
Contact the Resolute, Mr. Chovak. Have them bring us back.
Yes, Commander.
Also das Schiff war nicht mehr länger beeinträchtigt von dem Anti-Warp-Strahl. So wie es aussah. So. Jetzt ist ein guter Punkt eigentlich mal aufzuhören für heute. Positionsbestimmung. Stop it right now. So, hier machen wir Schluss. 2 Stunden 53 und 2 Stunden, 5 Stunden, knapp 5 Stunden gestreamt heute. Jetzt muss ich erstmal irgendwie irgendwas anderes machen. Vielen Dank fürs dabei sein. Und ich schau mal, was ich jetzt mache. Ob ich jetzt noch irgendwie ein bisschen Schiffchen fahre oder was oder wie oder wo. Keine Ahnung. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Wir sehen uns die Tage wieder. Ich wünsche euch eine gute Nacht und kommt gut in den 3. Advent. Und nächste Woche, also in 8 Tagen, ist auch schon Heiligabend. Oder Weihnachten, je nachdem, wie man zählt. Falls wir uns bis dahin nicht mehr sehen sollten, was ich nicht hoffe, dann schon mal schöne Feiertage. Bleibt gesund. Und ich hoffe, zwischen den Feiertagen kann ich auch noch mal streamen. Also, macht's gut. Bis bald. Ciao, ciao.